Welcome to CSEGuru. In this session, we will discuss array initialization. This is the third part. Okay, already we have discussed initializing all specified memory locations, then partial array initialization, initialization without size, and initializing whole array to 0. These four methods already we have discussed. And in this session, we are going to discuss array initialization with string. So what do you mean by string in the sense? String is a sequence of characters enclosed within double quotes. That is nothing but string. So within double quotes, whatever we are specifying, the sequence of characters. So that is nothing but string. And string, if we are considering in the sense, whatever the sequence of characters we have specified, by default, automatically the last character it will take it /0. This is nothing but null character. Okay. So string ends with the null character. Suppose if we have entered here computer. Okay. So automatically memory will be allocated to store sequence of characters. One extra memory is required to store the null character. So whenever we are specifying the size for the string, we have to add one extra space to store the null character. Suppose if you have not allocated space for this null character in the sense, automatically last character will be rejected. And in that space, this null character will be stored. So we need to calculate the size of the string plus 1 for null character. Okay. So string is nothing but a sequence of characters enclosed within double quotes. Character in the sense, it will be enclosed in single quotes. A single character should be enclosed within single quotes in the sense, this is nothing but a character. Okay, we can initialize character like this. But string we have to initialize within double quotes. For example, if you are considering, what is the data type for string? Already we have discussed, right, in data types. So for string is a character data type only. So character be of empty space if you are giving in the sense, whatever the size we require, automatically it will be allocated along with the null character also, if you have not specified the size. So within double quotes, computer science. Okay. So for this complete sequence of characters, how many memory spaces required? That many memory space will be allocated plus one extra space to store the null character. Okay. It should end with a semicolon. So this is initializing the string without size. Okay. So here for this total thing, memory will be allocated. For the complete string, memory will be allocated. And last memory location will be /0. So this is B of 0, 1, 2 up to the last size. Okay. So totally 16 memory locations will be allocated to store this computer science starting from 0 to 15. That is n minus 1. So totally 16 memory locations will be allocated. Suppose if you want to initialize the string with size in the sense, character, this is the data type, and array name, and then size we have to specify. Okay. So B of 9 we have specified, and here, so here if you are specifying computer in the sense, so here the size is 368. Totally 8 memory locations is required of character data type plus one size to store the null character. Okay, so here it will allocate like this. Computer, and last space it will store the null character. And this is we have allocated 9 memory space. Okay, starting from 0, 1, 2 up to 8. Okay. So 0 to 8, totally 9 memory locations we have allocated. So here, what is the challenge here in the sense? Previously only, if we know the size of the string in the sense, according to that, we can able to allocate the size. Suppose, by mistakenly, if you have allocated the size like this, that is character B of 8, if you have given in the sense, and the string is computer only. Okay. Here, the size of the string is 8 only. Always the programmer need to keep in mind plus 1 extra space to store the null character. Okay. Mistakenly, if you have allocated the size of the array is 8 only in the sense, it will consider like this. Computer. Okay. So if you have, it will allocate like this. That is this is 0th location, first location, second, third, fourth, fifth, 6 and 7. Totally 8 memory locations it has allocated. But it will store the sequence of characters up to 7th memory location it will store it. And the last memory location, although it is required to store this character, it won't store. Because the last memory location always it is required for null character, that is /0. It represents the null character. So automatically this last character will not be stored. Okay, COMPUTE or will be rejected here. Since we have allocated the lesser size for the string. Okay, so this is what will happen. So better thing if we are considering in the sense, if we know the size in advance, we can able to allocate the size directly. Always keep in mind plus 1 extra space to store the null character. Okay, if we know the size during declaration, directly give the size. If we don't know the size or the programmer is not sure about the size in the sense, in that case, better we can able to give like this, not specifying the size of the array. That is the best method to implement it. If the size is not enough to store the string in the sense, automatically the remaining characters will be rejected. Okay. It will always consider 1 extra space for null character. Okay. In that calculation, automatically it will take it and store it, and the remaining characters, wherever space is not enough in the sense, it will be automatically rejected. If we know the size of the string in the sense, plus 1 extra memory space to store the null character, we have to allocate. If we are not sure about the size in the sense, better initialize the array without size. So with this, array initialization topic is over. We have discussed 5 methods under array initialization. First method is initializing all specified memory locations. Second method is partial array initialization. Third one is initialization without size. And fourth method is initializing whole array to 0. And the final method is array initialization with string. In the next session, we will move on to the next topic under array, that is assigning values to arrays. Thank you for watching this video.